We'll continue our chapter 5 on tool use or function calling. Now we'll see one hands-on example. In this, basically, we are creating one tool that is information retrieval tool, and agent based on user input is calling that tool. So we first define our Google API key, then OpenAI API key. We said like if we don't have OpenAI API, we can use a Open Router as well. So then first step is a model with function tool calling capabilities required. LLM equal to chat Google generative AI. We use this model in temperature zero language model initialize. So first we define our LLM. We also check if there is any error. Then here comes an important picture. Define a tool. So we use a tag as LangChain tool. Define, we name it search information. We accept an string and output an string. So just take a first understand what this tool does. It provides factual information on a given topic. Use this tool to find the answer to phrases like capital of France or weather in London. Here we tool called with query. So then we call this tool with a query that is passed by user. Simulate a search tool with a dictionary of predefined results. We have simulated results when weather in London query is given, then it returns this. When capital of France, then it returns this. So basically, we have kind of, you can say, hard coded few key value pairs. Result is simulated results dot get query dot lower and okay, if it's not there, then it returns you the simulated result by default. What is default here? Defined. And we call it tool result. So basically, it's like a hard-coded um, wrapper for actual API call. Then we create an agent which calls this tool and we call it tool calling agent. अगर LLM defined है, तो this prompt template requires an agent scratchpad placeholder for the agent's internal step. एजेंट प्रॉम्प्ट होगा कि हम पहले एक प्रॉम्प्ट टेम्पलेट जनरेट करेंगे जिसमें हम मैसेज देंगे सिस्टम को बोलेंगे कि आप एक हेल्पफुल असिस्टेंट हो ह्यूमन ने एक इनपुट दिया प्लेस होल्डर ने एक एजेंट स्क्रैच पैड दिया एजेंट स्क्रैच पैड क्या है वो हम अभी देखते हैं क्रिएट द एजेंट बाइंडिंग द एलएलएम टूल्स एंड प्रॉम्प्ट टुगेदर तो हमने एक एजेंट बनाया जिसमें हमने क्रिएट टूल कॉलिंग एजेंट कॉल किया उसमें एक एलएलएम टूल्स एंड एजेंट प्रॉम्प्ट हमने पास कर दिया Now we'll see agent executor is a runtime that invokes the agent and executes the chosen tool. Tool argument is not needed here as they are already bound to the agent. Agent executor में हमने agent दिया verbose to tools में हमने tool दे दिया. Async define run agent with tools. Invoke the agent executor with a query and print the final response. Running agent with query response में हम agent executor जो है हमारा जो हमने यहाँ पर डिफाइन कर रखा है उसे इन्वो कर देंगे asynchronously. फाइनल एजेंट रिस्पॉन्स हम ऐसे दे देंगे और मेन में हम कॉल करेंगे तो रन एजेंट विद टूल इसमें हमने एक दो तीन बार इसे कॉल किया तीन अलग अलग क्वेश्चन दिए हैं हमने इन सब टास्क को एक साथ करके फिर एक बार में कॉल किया तो एक बार और देते हैं रन एजेंट विद टूल क्या करता है रन एजेंट विद टूल हमारा फंक्शन यहाँ डिफाइन है ये बेसिकली एजेंट एग्जीक्यूटर को इन्वोक करता है इस इनपुट के साथ और उसमें इस क्वेरी के साथ और उसे इनपुट फील्ड में डाल देता है फिर हमारा एजेंट एग्जीक्यूटर ये है वो एजेंट को कॉल करता है और टूल्स को कॉल करता है अब एजेंट एग्जीक्यूटर पे यहाँ पे हमने कहीं इनपुट पास किया है तो वो इंटरनली उसमें ये डेटा चला जाता है वो कैसे होता है वो हम देखते हैं यहाँ पे हमारा एजेंट क्या है सबसे पहले हमें देखना है वो चीज क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पे एजेंट एग्जीक्यूटर को इन्वोक किया है इसमें जो ये एजेंट है इट्स डिफाइंड जस्ट अबव दैट इधर क्रिएट टूल कॉलिंग एजेंट तो इसमें हम एक एलएलएम पास करते हैं टूल्स करते हैं और एजेंट प्रॉम्प्ट एजेंट प्रॉम्प्ट में हमारा ये हो गया, योर हेल्पफुल असिस्टेंट, एजेंट स्क्रैच पैड। अब मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि व्हाट इज दिस एजेंट स्क्रैच पैड? दिस प्रॉम्प्ट टेम्पलेट रिक्वायर्स एन एजेंट स्क्रैच पैड प्लेस होल्डर फॉर द एजेंट्स इंटरनल स्टेप्स। ओके, अभी टूल भी हमने डिफाइन कर रखा है कि हमारे यूज क्या होंगे, और इसी तरह fine. Before it, set up a tool calling agent using the LangChain library and the Google Gemini model. It defines a search information tool that simulates providing factual answers to specific query. The tool has predefined responses for weather in London, capital of France, and population of Earth, and a default response for the query. A chat Google generative AI model is initialized, ensuring it has tool calling capability. A chat prompt template is created to guide the agent's interaction. The create tool calling agent function is used to combine the language model and tools and prompt into an agent. Then agent executor is then set up to manage the agent's execution and tool invocation. The run agent with tool asynchronously function is defined to invoke the agent with a given query and print the result. The main asynchronous function prepare multiple queries to be run concurrently. These queries are designed to test both the specific and default responses of the search information tool. Finally, the asyncio.run call executes all the agent tasks. The code includes check for successful LLM initialization before proceeding with agent setup and execution. This example is with Crew AI. I think we can skip that because it's mostly a different example but using a different text. And same goes with Google ADK also. Now we can skip that. There are two things we can discuss. So what is enterprise search? Mm, okay, this is also not relevant. Just even look what is Vertex extension. A Vertex AI extension is a structured API wrapper that enables a model to connect with external API for real-time data processing and action execution. Extensions offer enterprises great security and offer enterprise grade security, data privacy, and performance guarantees. They can be used for tasks like generating and running code, querying websites, and analyzing information from private data stores. Google provides pre-built extension for common use cases like code interpreter and Vertex AI Search with the option to create custom one. The primary benefit of extensions include strong enterprise control and seamless integration with other Google products. The key difference between extension and functional calling lies in their execution. Vertex AI automatically execute extension, whereas function call require manual execution by the user or the client. Okay, at a glance, not required. If you look at the visually, user gives a prompt, agent calls tool, again it calls agent. This process keeps on going till we get the final output. We briefly touch upon what are the key takeaways. Function calling allow agent to interact with external system and access dynamic information. It involves defining tools with clear description and parameters that the LLM can understand. The LLM decide where to use a tool and generate structured function calls. Agentic framework execute the actual tool calls and return the result to the LLM. Tool use is essential for building agents that can perform real-world action and provide up-to-date information. LangChain simplifies tool definition using the anti-data tool decorator and provides create tool calling agent and agent executor for building tool using agents. Google Analytics also has a varied number of very useful pre-built tools such as Google Search, Code Execution, and Vertex AI Search. The tool use pattern is a critical architecture principle for extending the functional scope of LLM beyond their intrinsic text generation capabilities. By equipping a model with the ability to interface with external software and data sources, this paradigm allows an agent to perform actions, execute computations, and retrieve information from other systems. This process involves the model generating a structured request to call an external tool when it determines that doing so is necessary to fulfill a user's query. Frameworks such as LangChain, Google ATK, and TrueAI offer structure, abstraction, and component that facilitate the integration of these external tools. These frameworks manage the process of exposing tool specification to the model and parsing a subsequent tool use request. This simplifies the development of sophisticated agent systems that can interact with and take action within external digital environment. Okay, next we will see and take a look at what is planning pattern overview. Thank you.